Welcome back to Fancy Art of Shredding. Today's video is a follow-up to the previous video where I'm going to do a breakdown of the riff and the song and give you some songwriting ideas that obviously comes naturally to me, the way that I approach a riff or a melody or something like that. Maybe you guys can learn something from it and incorporate it into your own songwriting. If you guys enjoy my videos, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification at the bottom of the screen. Alright, so the first thing that happened, sometimes you get inspired, it hits you like lightning. I was busy warming up, picking my guitar up, and then I just started playing this riff. Alright, so I got that riff down. And then I thought to myself, okay, let's first figure out what key am I playing in. So then I had a look, and the key that I first thought it was in, because it is as well, is F major. Why? Because my guitar is tuned down one whole step to D, so those notes fall into the F major scale. And then I played around with the chords over the F major scale, but it didn't feel right to me or dark enough. But then I remembered that F major and A sharp major are very similar. They've got all the same notes except for one, which is basically, in this case with F major, you will have the E chord, but with A sharp major, you will have the D sharp chord. And I like the sound of the D sharp chord more over the melody. So what that happened then is that because it now falls in the key of A sharp major, these notes falls in the D Phrygian scale or mode. So these notes are of the riff that I wrote is you can find in both the F major scale and the A sharp major scale. But I chose to go with the A sharp major scale because I liked this D chord. Traditionally, if you were tuned to standard tuning, would be F. I liked it more than I would like the F sharp in this case. Alright, but I'm tuned down one whole step to D, so that will be D sharp instead of the E. Alright, so then I worked that out, and then I played around with the idea of what can I do with the harmony. So what I did is I first recorded the main riff or melody, then I recorded a chord progression, started playing around with the chord progression. And what I found then, which made it more interesting, instead of the whole time playing was to move it up to its fifth interval for the same notes. It's a fifth interval. So basically then I'm starting here on, what will it be then? F, G, A. A major, or power chord, A sharp, B, which makes it sound a bit more interesting instead of just keeping on playing the same. And it sounds very sweet when you then go back into the open E and heavy chugging. So that was a basic simple idea that I used behind the chord progression or the harmony that's behind this melody. Alright, so then with the melody I thought, okay, let's play around, and I usually like to incorporate the fifth interval with this, with the riff, with my sort of flex, which will be But then I thought, let me just experiment and see what it sounds like with a fourth, because I like to use fourth chords as well, because they're neither major or minor, and they've got a very nice feel to it. Like it will be like a fourth chord, which is just like two notes together like that. Like that. So then I just went and I found the note, which is the fourth note, the fourth interval. And I thought, wow, that sounds pretty cool. So I did a few bars like that, and then I like to go to the octave. Oh, sorry, I messed it up there. And then when the chord changes here to the fifth interval, then I went to the fifth interval. And then it goes back to the fourth, the octave, and the fifth as the melody progresses. So there I took a simple idea, which was this. Choosing the right key that I wanted to play, so that gives me the option of what chords to use over it, made a big difference. So that gave you that full sort of sound at the background and the melody sort of working over those notes from the chords, which gives you a certain feel or a mood, which I thought was darker with A sharp instead of F. And then I just played the fourth interval with the melody, the octave, and then the fifth. And that created movement and a feel, and then suddenly you've got like a piece of music. So that's kind of an idea that I like to use a lot of my songwriting, playing around like that with the chords, the key of the chord, of the scale that I'm going to use, or the key of the music, because that has an impact. Sometimes you're playing chromatic and then it is not so important, but when you have a melody, it's always interesting to see what chords work over it and what kind of feel it gives to you. Alright, so then it comes down to personal taste. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you guys have any comments, please drop it down in the comment section. If you've got any questions, let me know. So there's a little idea for you. I hope you guys can find this of use and incorporate this into your own songwriting. Once again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, little bell notification at the bottom of the screen, and I'll see you guys next time on Vans Shredding.